every little thing. It's common sense.
So that'll be the start.
It was started.
Oh, boo.
Ask him.
So, what is your definition of permaculture?
My definition of permaculture is basically mimicking nature, I guess. It's like working with nature instead of against it. I guess you could call it common sense, I guess. But I guess in this day and age, common sense isn't so common anymore, and it's really, I think, needs to be a large step in the direction of how our ancestors used to live and used to work in with nature instead of against it, I guess. And I guess incorporate all the good things that we've come about through technology as well, I think, and making it one. And like it's a big circle, you know, caring about the earth and the people in it, all the animals and everything. Yeah, I guess that's my opinion.
Okay, and how about on the farm here? What is your favourite system on the farm?
I've only been here a couple of weeks now, but I'm starting to see the aquaculture develop. That was a big part of what I did back home. Just creating a natural system in the aquaculture and just having all the different aquatic animals work in with each other and all the plant life, and it just all combined in, and I almost didn't have to do anything. It looked after itself like nature has been doing for the last 4 billion years. So it really is just common sense. That's all.
Were you working on a farm back home, or was it
It's just my parents, or my mother's and her partner's property, and I was just living there as a full-time carer because he's got cancer. So I moved there, and I just moved there to help them, and just did the gardens and took over the dams and got everything back to life. And I've always learnt that my mother, she planted her first herb when she was 13, and I guess that rubbed off. I've always lived that lifestyle, but never knew the word permaculture. But apparently everything I was doing is related to permaculture, so I guess that's what brought me here.
If you've grown up with the kind of a permaculture thinking, but can you see the difference between how you were farming and how your mum taught you to the way a commercial farmer does it, or what is the difference between the two different thinking?
Well, basically it's not all about just making money and getting as much out of your crop as possible. It's giving back to the earth as well. It's giving back to the animals, to the life. It's not being, like the greed hasn't roped us in. It's never been about money. It's always been about survival and eating nice food and looking after the earth, I guess. And that's just been instilled in me since I was a little kid. So. I did lose my way a bit there when I was a young adult, but as we all do, but it doesn't take long to get back to the good ways. And the ways of people gone before us that have lived great lives, but not through money, through life.
Thank you.
Just one thing, could you be a bit more specific on the aquaculture
Aquaculture.
that you did at home? Like, explain your system.
Well, basically, it's just we just have a dam, I guess, out the back of the property, and it's sort of nestled in a bit of bush. And I just basically introduced local species from all the creeks around me. We go and get, so for instance, the native blue-eye guppies, which are good to keep the mozzie population down. The local eel-tail catfish and perch. I just introduced them into the dam. Also the native blue-claw yabby. Put them in, and they all work together. They keep each other in check. We seem to have a constant supply, and they never seem to get too low or too many. You know, it all just seems to. They all work together, and just some native water plants. Also, we got like papayas in there, water chestnuts, water lilies, just things to give them an environment to live in, you know, and trees fall in there for habitat for the blue-claw yabbies to hide so they don't get eaten too badly. They just, it all just seems to work. Like the birds come in, it just brings so much life into that area without really having to do anything. And yeah, it just works so well. But yet we get to reap the rewards, I guess.
Would you be able to implement it here?
With the local species, I'm sure I could do that. Yeah, definitely. We definitely need to put more plants in there. And yeah, I just have to obviously research what local species are and then find out how to introduce them. I think the dam's already been stocked with a few local fish, but we need to get, I think, more of a different variety of animals in there just to get the whole ecosystem going, the whole circle. Because just with the fish, they seem to just, if there's too many fish, they just take over, and there's too many, I think. But if you can get all the different animals working in with each other, and hopefully, yeah, they all work in together just like at home. I'm sure they would. I mean, they do it in nature. I don't see why they couldn't do it here.
Exactly.
And that's what we're trying to do, is mimic nature in its purest form, I guess, without harming, yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to tell us how you got your name, Gravy?
It rhymes with Davy, and I've had it since I was about 16, I think, so I've had it for 15, 16 years now.
Okay.
And once you get a nickname, it sticks.
Cool. Give us a riff.
Sure.
Wind down. Move your fingers a little bit down.
That's it.